anything that uncovers the happenings of the Scottish establishment in terms of Satanism and child abuse and all the rest of it will immediately connect into the Westminster Parliament. Immediately. I mean, they're almost indivisible. And of course, these rings are rings within rings. In the end, it's a global network. And so if you keep pushing and going down this road of uncovering one ring, especially a fundamentally important one to them, like the one in Scotland, then you keep walking. Well, you know, the range of what you uncover just gets bigger and bigger and bigger and expands out and out and out. And it certainly leaves Britain, goes into Europe, goes across to America, and eventually encompasses the globe. Because one of the things that I came across many years ago, right back in the 90s, for various synchronistic reasons that came into my life, was the scale of the number of children that go missing every year, never to be seen again. In America alone, it's staggering. Yeah. See, the big problem is, and I understand it, is that people equate the number of children that go missing with the number of high-profile stories of children going missing on the mainstream media. Like, of course, the Madeleine McCann story was a classic example of this. But they are just the tip of the iceberg. Doesn't even begin to describe the scale of children that go missing through various forms and in various ways every year. It is a stunning global figure, which goes into the millions if you add them all up. I'm sure there's no question about that. And most of them, are never heard of again, and it's all just forgotten. I mean, in many countries, no one even bothers to look for them. You know, I talked to Credo Mutwa, the Zulu shaman, and he says this is happening in Africa. This is happening in his own community in the Kalahari region, where children are being taken and never to be seen again. And, you know, in these 22 years that I've been at least consciously on this journey, every time a subject comes in, like this one we're talking about with children, as I go into other subjects and other areas as the years go on, eventually all these different, apparently totally unconnected subjects start to come together. And to understand the scale of child abuse, the scale of missing children, the scale of satanic ritual killing of children, we need to understand the force behind this global conspiracy that operates from the shadows, and why it wants the energy of children, and why throughout known history people have talked about sacrificing young virgins to the gods. And what we realize is that that's just code. Young virgins means children. And what I've uncovered over the years is that these entities that go under endless different names, you know, I call them the reptilians, although there are other non-human forms involved, but the reptilian one seems dominant at that level, though it goes well out beyond them, I suggest. But others call them the Chitahuri in Zulu, in the Zulu law. They're known as the archons in the Gnostic writings. They're known as the jinn in Islamic belief, and on and on and on it goes. And these entities feed off human energy. And because, like everything with energy, the energy of different frequencies syncs with energy of the same frequency. And thus, these entities, to absorb human energy, have to have energy that is within the frequency range they can absorb. And it seems to me that this relates to low vibrational human emotion, that relates to fear, to frustration, to depression, to frustration, all these things. The emotion that leads to violence is in wars, conflicts, individual and collective, all this energy that they absorb. And But there's a particular energy that is like a nectar to them, and that is the energy of children before puberty.